And we're back for another episode of To the Moon. And I love this podcast. It's my favorite one because it's just full of great stories. It's full of positivity and real life examples of what can happen when we allow ourselves to believe in ourselves and to actually make what we want to have happen in our lives actually come true. And you two, actually, Ben, I gotten to know you a little earlier than RJ, but I know RJ's been in the background, and I've just been stunned. I've been stunned at watching your growth, seeing what you guys have been putting together, how you've linked into the community, and then the success. Holy moly, it's next level stuff. And I don't want to give too much away here, but you guys are in for a treat. You're literally or in the next 20 30 minutes, you're going to be hearing from two like absolute assassins in the Astroflipping community, and these guys are definitely ones you want to pay attention to and listen to all the way. If you have not already, like and subscribe to this channel, guys, and pay attention, take notes, go get a pen, go get a piece of paper, and write down how you can get a hold of these folks, because I'm telling you, you have no idea just who and how incredible their story is. So, Ben, RJ, welcome to the moon. You guys deserve to be here. I've watched you like get in ground floor, hop into the spaceship, and just you're like, I'm not even putting on a suit. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready. Blast off. And y'all did like just crush it. You're legitimately doing so well. And I really attributed a lot of it, not just the course is phenomenal, but what you guys do is connect. You connect into the community in such a deep way, where you're always showing up, you're always on the calls, you're always connecting with people, always like really becoming a part of the glue of this beautiful community that we're building here at Astro. And a lot of folks don't realize that this is not just a training situation. This isn't just a course. This is a family. This is when you come in here, you're in the wholesale mafia, but like the good kind of mafia, like where we actually like don't hurt each other. We just make a lot of money and do good deeds and make incredible lives for each other. And so rewind everybody back. Take us back in time, and how the heck did you guys get here? What were you doing before? Tell us a little bit about yourselves, personally, and then let's get into what's been happening.
So we actually met in high school, and we were working at a car wash together. And then I'm actually a grade above Ben, so I went off to Washington State University. He did his senior year of high school. And then I came back for the summer, did the summer job at the car wash again, just to make some money in the meantime. And then I found wholesaling through Max Maxwell on TikTok, and then Kong, all those guys. And I told Ben about it, and like we were kind of skeptical about it at first. We're like, oh, this would be cool, maybe get into it. So then we both read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and it really helped us change our mindset. I mean, at the time I was 20 years old, Ben was 18. So that really helped change just our mindset on things and how we want to approach life in the future. So then I go back to college. Ben graduated, takes a gap year. I'm not trying to speak for Ben, but and then he goes to Eastern Washington University, and the COVID year hit. I'm a very social person. I like to be in person, meet new people, and do all those sort of things. So when the COVID year hit, it really changed my perspective on college and how much money I was paying for, like, to go there. I mean, I was paying roughly $25,000 a year and not really getting the
college experience, man. You're supposed to be kissing girls and drinking beer and doing all the nonsense that college is supposed to be. And now all of a sudden it's just like you're in class virtually. I don't even get to like sit next to the cutie or nothing. Like what is this?
Exactly. So I decided I did the online year, and then I decided to drop out. Ben decided to drop out, and we kind of stayed working at the car wash, figuring out what we wanted to do. And then we came across this crazy good opportunity in doing labor work. So
it's the first time I think anybody have ever said that before. So,
so I mean, we had months with doing this labor job of making like
the muscles.
huh?
I don't know if people on the street, you're jacked, bro. Is that what labor job? Is that what did that?
No, I mean I go to the gym, 4 to 6 days a week. So does
Okay.
Ben. So like I just, keeping that discipline, stay in shape. But yeah, so fast forward. At this time, I'm 23. Ben's 21. This was last year. We get into this job doing gutter work, and Ben and I had months where we each made 15 grand a month,
Dang.
16 grand, 10 grand. So we this last year we averaged both over 6 figures. And then I went on a trip this fall, on a backpacking trip to Europe for a month. And then getting back, I said, okay, I got to get out of my job. I explained to Ben. Ben stayed here and worked and hated it when I was gone because we worked together. We were a duo with that labor company. And so a month and a half later, after I get back, we decided to quit and go full time into wholesaling.
And that's it. That's actually a really, really interesting jump off, because making $10,000 to $16,000 a month, labor or not, I mean, that's golden handcuffs. You know what I mean? I call those the Spartacus handcuffs, because you're like, you're like, you're doing the hard work, your labor work, but you're getting paid. You know what I mean? Like, it's like,
exactly.
You're like, maybe not Spartacus, because Spartacus was a slave, but I don't know. Still, like but he was the coolest slave, right? Everybody loved him, and he had the girls and all the things. And so, like, you got like the money, like $10,000 to $16,000 a month, guys. Like, that's a lot of money to walk away from.
It was hard.
So did you not have a look at each other and be like, yo, are we crazy?
So I can tell you, so we live in Washington. The winters can get crazy up here. Like,
I grew up in Canada, so I
totally
understand.
We're in Spokane, so we're maybe 3 hours from the border of Canada. We're not like super far from it. And this winter was terrible. It sucked. And we were still doing the labor work when I got back from Europe. So we were in my truck, and Ben looks at me and goes, RJ, I'll quit right now if you want to quit. And I was like, I just looked at it, I said, dude, we can't with the money that we're making. And so we actually joined Astro. We were like in it for like 4 months while we were working, but we'd do like 10 to 12 hour days. So it was so hard to try and fit in time. And working in the Florida market, we're 3 hours behind. So when we get off at 5 p.m. our time, it's already 8 p.m. there. So we're trying to figure out a way to maybe implement work with it. And then Ben said that to me I think it was 2 days later. We walked in, we said, all right, we're done. And we just dropped off the trailer, gave them everything they needed back, and then started wholesaling. So
full time.
It's like you guys had that like Goodwill. You watch that movie Good Will Hunting?
No.
Why? You guys are so young. There's just like it's a beautiful movie, but it's like two best friends, like one of them's a genius, and the other one's kind of like they're his homie, and they're like, and he looks over at him and says, man, if we have to live a life where I just keep you come back to this place and I show up at your door every day, so you want to know what my dream is? One day I just show up to your door and you just effed off, you're just gone, and you went off and did something big, you know what I mean? And so the not that you guys would split, but like this is cool. It's like you guys just like walked in and said, you know what, we're done. We're gonna go do this. So now you're taking wholesale, seriously, full time. Mm-hmm. You probably have some savings because you were doing well, right?
Yeah.
So you had a little bit of money in the bank to like keep life and sustenance and all the things going. So walk us through that, because that's got to get stressful, because that cash is going to start to deplete quick. And so how'd you bob, how'd you move, how'd you shake, and how did you connect? Because you guys did a phenomenal job connecting in the community. So walk us through it.
Mm-hmm. So up until that point when we quit, like we hadn't spoke to anyone in the community. I was on a Zoom maybe once a month. I was not consistent. I was making a couple calls a week, but I believed in myself. I believed in the program. I believed in the community. I watched the other podcasts and I said, they can do it. Why can't I? So I believed in us so much. I said, you know what? That's why I'm going to quit. I don't want to work for somebody else for the rest of my life. I just don't believe in that. Yeah. So we quit. We hammered the phones. We worked as hard as we could. We worked our asses off we did 12-hour days, woke up at 5 a.m. every day, trying to stick to Florida time. And we were lucky enough. We got our first deal in 1 week. So first week off, we actually got 2 deals under contract. One didn't go through, the other one did. And this was actually my favorite deal. It was a crazy deal. It was a big teardown for $740,000 in South Tampa. And so at first I thought it was a deal because I know I was getting input from some people saying, hey, the numbers work. And so I started pushing out to a buyer's list that we were building. We didn't have a buyer's list. So I started building a buyer's list. I was giving it to all the dispo wholesalers. Every buyer said, no, we need it at 600. No, we need it at 650. You have it locked up too high. I got that input from over 100 buyers. So at this point I was, I was like, okay, it is what it is. Gonna have to cancel on to the next. So then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna ask for a couple more days. I'm gonna keep pushing it out. I'm gonna work as hard as I can, and we're gonna get this sold. I liked the deal. I was like, this is a cool deal, but let's try it, right? So I had the addendum signed. We got an extra 4 days of inspection. On the very last day of inspection, one random guy on Facebook texted me and he said, hey, I'd like to learn more information on the deal. And I was like, hey, I'm going to be honest. EMD is due today. Today is the last day of inspection. It closes in 8 days. It is $745,000. So only a 5K assignment because I just wanted to get it sold, right? And he said, yeah, like I'll still review it and we'll go from there. And I said, okay, you know what? No problem. I'll send you all the information, but I'm just letting you know EMD is due today or I'm canceling. He said, okay, no problem. So he calls me an hour later and he's like, yeah, I want to buy it. And I'm like, really? So you want it at this price? And he's like, I want to buy it. I said, okay. I drafted up my first assignment and I sent it over to him. He signed it, put 10K EMD down 2 hours before the deadline of cancellation. So we were literally in the nick of time. 14 days in, comes in at the last minute and buys the deal. And so it's a buyer. He's willing to overpay. He's got connections with the city. He owns his own construction company, so he can do these things for cost. And he is now our A+ buyer, and he's going to be buying a bunch of deals from us. So he's pretty much all over Florida, and that was our first deal.
Didn't he come up with $750,000 in 4 days?
Yeah.
Cash.
I mean, look, so the guy doesn't play, right? That's the piece. And the beautiful thing about it is that you built a relationship and you built rapport through tremendous honesty. And a lot of people, the troubling part, I believe, in the wholesale world is the level of like dishonesty and how much like BS people want to put out there, right? Because people would have said to you, never tell your buyer that. Like, he's just going to wait you out. Wait till you cancel the contract, go get it locked up directly with the real estate agent and get it cheaper. But that's not how this guy plays, right? This guy's like, no, he saw the value in what you guys provided. You guys were honest. You're making just, a 5K clip. In his world, that's nothing. He's like, yeah, let the kids make $5,000. This is, and I'm going to build a relationship with these guys because they're good. They're going to go bring me more opportunities. And so first deal under your belt, $5,000 gets wired. Proof of concept happens. What happens next?
So then we were starting to hop on the phones again. Me and RJ were doing agent outreach. We're on Privy.
He's doing the Privy on market, and I'm doing the agent outreach. So we're super act heavy, and then try to get 5 new buyers a day, like with the Privy method, of market research and then search the LLC and stuff. So.
Mm-hmm. So we're building out our buyers list. We're building our connections, and that's the most important thing that we've done over the past month was meet amazing people through Astro, through the community, get in contact, become friends with a bunch of people, and just really try to build out our systems and processes. We knew we had enough money for a couple months comfortably, and we were just wanting to scale. So we're like, okay, so we got our first deal. How do we make this 1 a month, 2 a month, 5 a month, 10 a month? So we took a little step back. We just signed up for Go High Level. So we've been building our systems for the last 2 weeks. I haven't been hitting the phones as hard, but we just trying to build our systems and processes. And this last couple weeks have been incredible. So we've been reaching out to a bunch of people. The next deal that we're working on right now is a 40-unit apartment in San Antonio. So my biggest buyer, the one that I talked about, we have a couple others like that. But so I reached out
This
to him.
one's
I was
great,
like, hey,
and we actually last night. I'm spoiler alert. I know how this one. But this anyhow. Yep. Keep
yeah.
going.
So this is exactly that one. So I reached out to him. I was like, hey, what's up, man? Not sure if you buy in Texas, but I have this awesome 40-unit apartment complex in Texas. Do you buy there? Are you interested? He's like, yeah, I live in Texas. I actually buy in a bunch of states. Please send it over. So this was a couple days ago, and sent him the information. He's like, okay, cool. I'd like to move forward. So we're trying to hammer out all the things right now. Actually, we got it all figured out.
Yeah. Last night on the call, I'm gonna spoiler alert here. So they're gonna make $100,000 clip on this deal, which is phenomenal. I mean, like, right?
Well,
like
it's actually kind of going to be microflip. There's another ag wholesaler on it and stuff.
Yeah, so you'll split it, but EMD was a hard thing because, like, when you're doing a multifamily deal, you got to come up with EMD, and it's not just a little bit of EMD. You have to come up with 35K, right? So last night we're on our call, and boom, somebody jumps in and says, "Hey, I got you guys."
Yep.
This is the power of the community.
It's incredible.
This is the power of just coming in, being loud, sharing what you're needing and what that looks like. And I hope all the pieces come together today and you guys connect the dots on this. But it just like $100,000, regardless of how it's split. That's phenomenal.
It's awesome.
It's incredible. So we actually got everything figured out. It's all good to go. So our buyer is going there on Friday in 2 days. He's bringing his engineers, his foundation specialists, his contractors, and
did Darwin put in the 35?
We're working on it right now.
Working on that.
The seller said it's actually fine. He can just go and inspect it.
Oh, good. So then, listen, that's even better. So now you don't have to have another. You don't got to have a gator lender in there chomping at the deal. So now you get to keep more of the money, which is also incredible.
Yeah. But in the process, I learned a lot about gator lending, and we have a couple Astro students in our back pocket for the future. So that's super useful.
Guys, for those of you that don't understand what he's talking about, when we get started, sometimes we don't have access sometimes to even the funds for EMD, right? And so we have students in our community that will actually lend EMD. Yeah, they'll take a little piece of the deal, but now just all the pieces get to connect. You got everything you need. You got private money lenders, you've got earnest money deposit lenders, you've got dispo wholesalers, you've got deal. You can come to the community and you can say, hey guys, I got a buyer right now who wants 5 deals. And within a few hours, you could have deals from different Keegley franchises, different Astro students curated for you so that you could walk all those opportunities over to your people. I mean, that is the power of what we're able to accomplish here. And you guys are taking full advantage of it, and that's, to me, the most important piece of this whole puzzle is that you don't just come in here and, because look, what you guys did when you first started was we watch the modules, we didn't connect, we didn't, and not to say that was wasted time. It wasn't, because you guys saw what doesn't work, right? That's how you join a mentorship and quit.
Exactly. So
did it the opposite way. You guys came in, decided, nope, we're going to double down on ourselves. We're going to believe in ourselves. There's nothing special about anybody that we've been watching on these To the Moons. They're all just like us. They're all just regular, humble, cool people. And they're all making it happen. They're getting it done. And y'all are getting it done.
Yep. So this deal is closing. If everything looks good on Friday, it'll be assigned, and it's closing on March 16th. So I will.
And
just for curiosity, there's another act guy involved. So what will the split be?
So it's split between someone's kind of it's microflipping it to us, saying it was his partner, but there's an act wholesaler. There's 4 people pretty much. Ben and I will make 25. The other 3 other people will make 25 as well. So.
Yep.
Not a bad day at the track.
For an hour's worth of work, Jamil.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You did a lot. You're making a lot more dollar per hour right now than you did in the gutters.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did for sure.
if there's any advice that you could give to somebody right now who's sitting in a dark room in a dark place with a dark mindset, how do you push them out? What would the advice be that you would pull somebody across out of that spot?
You know, because I can give advice on this because that was me. 100%. I never saw results. I never saw results until I took action and I truly believed in myself. So believe in the process. I mean, it works. We're a story to that. Everyone in Astro is a story to that. It is true. If you truly believe in yourself and you take action and you truly put your all into what you enjoy doing, you have no, you will succeed 100%. There's no other option. If you're likable and you can talk to people, it's that easy. It really is.
Yeah, to piggyback off that, I mean, if you just stay consistent and you it doesn't even have to be wholesaling in general. If you're in a dark spot and you're really trying to get out of it, really work on yourself and just try to get your mindset right. John Galan is a huge thing for me with that. He has helped me so much with my mindset in the Astro community. When you were out, Jamil, and he took over your Sunday theory call, he opened my eyes in ways I didn't even imagine. When he just working on yourself and your mindset, like him saying he works 80% on his mindset during the week, and that just reflects in his business. That helped me so much, and I wasn't necessarily even in a dark spot. So someone that could help someone tremendously who is in the up spot of need and help, and don't be afraid to reach out. It's like making that first call. Just make the call, and you'll get better and better. And 1% a day is all you have to do. Just keep getting better.
Beautifully said. So there's going to be people that will want to reach out to you. They're going to watch this and they're going to say, these two are phenomenal human beings. I want to do business with them. I want to know them. Maybe I'm in a dark spot. Maybe you guys can talk some light into me. How do people get a hold of you two?
So Ben Mashat on Facebook. It's just Ben Mashat on Instagram. My phone number is 509-768-1553. So call or text me at any time. I'm more than happy to help. If you need help running numbers, if you need help submitting your first offer. I've been hopping on a Zoom with a new Astro student almost every day for the last couple of weeks, just showing him how I work every day. And we're on our way to get him his first deal. So I've been doing that with him. I've been helping other students with comping. I mean, it's no problem for me. I love helping other people. So please reach out for sure.
Phenomenal.
And how you can reach out to me is RJ Clemons on Facebook, and then Instagram is RJ Clemons_30. And then my phone number is 509-990-3663. And our email is summitinvesting@outlook.com. So if you have any deals in the Florida area, Central Florida mainly, send them to that email. We'll both see them. We can both take a look at them. And then also text us with that buyer. If you have deals in Texas, we can help dispo those for you as well. And to piggyback off of Ben again, I mean, it doesn't matter the value, just make sure that you try to bring value to someone in this business, because that's the most that you can do for anyone. You don't necessarily have to bring a deal to them or dispo a deal for them. As long as you're bringing value to them, you could help them in so many different ways, and that don't involve money. It could be mindset, it could be any sort of thing. So feel free to reach out.
You could even, sometimes people just need someone to go out and take some pictures for them.
Yeah.
Sometimes somebody just needs, hey, I can't make it to this showing. Can you go open a door? Yeah. It's like the smallest little thing sometimes can create the best and deepest relationships. I got a text message today from somebody that I hadn't heard from in 5 years. And he's just been watching the success that Pace and I have been having. And it's funny. It was like he wasn't asking for anything. He didn't text me and ask me for a single thing. He texted me today and said, "Hey man, long time no chat. I think that there's a security breach right now that you guys need to look into at your office with this individual, and love you. Keep going."
Wow.
And I was just like, that's leading with value.
Right.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? And and this guy, he wasn't like, "Hey, can you put me on a podcast? Can you do anything for me? Can you scratch?" Nah, nothing. It was just like, "Hey, brother, you might have a mole, or there could be something going on at your office, and you should look into this." And just like that, you know, and that's love, right? That's at leading with value. And so with that said, guys, we're going to have access to all of the ways to get a hold of them in the description. So make sure that you are finding the links in there. Also, you heard them talk about a software they use, Privy, to help find buyers and deals. And so they're doing on market and off market agent outreach. Make sure that you guys, if you're not a part of the Astro community, there's also going to be a link in there, their affiliate link. And if you'd like to talk to them more about it or learn more about the Astroflipping community, you can absolutely click on that. And we would love to have you be a part of the most world-class collection of badass wholesalers on the planet and on the moon. And with that, we'll see you guys all on the next one.
Sweet. See you guys. Thank you.
Thanks for watching another one of my YouTube videos. Now it's your turn to go out and take some action. But before you do, like and subscribe to my channel, because the law of reciprocity means you owe me.